The family reacts. The mother of Omar Davis Jr. reacts to her son's accused killer taking a plea deal. And stranger danger. Police have a strong warning for the public after an uptick in car sale scams. Plus, consultation continues. The Rastafarian community weighs in on consultations for the cannabis bills. And then in Our News at 7:30, calls for a ceasefire. The F&M chiming in on the rising tensions between the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, saying it could damage investor confidence. Our News live at 7 starts now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlena Leonard, in for Candino Knowles. 5 people appearing in a magistrate's court today charged in connection with an alleged scheme to defraud the Water and Sewerage Corporation. We have more from inside the courtroom. But first, the family of a man brutally killed in 2022 is not happy about a plea deal and 15-year sentence for his accused killer and former friend. The mother of Omar Davis Jr. speaking with our Joshua Williams just a day after her son's killer was sentenced. Here's that report.
15 years for killing someone. Wow.
This candid response coming from Gia Wims, who is the mother of Omar Davis. Her son Omar was stabbed to death on August 15, 2022 after he went to visit Tucson at his home at Orchards Terrace. In court, it was revealed that while there, the pair got into an argument and Tucson stabbed Davis multiple times, killing him. Then Tucson put Davis's body in bags, which he put in the trunk of Davis's car. The vehicle was abandoned in bushes near the Caribbean liquor store on East Avenue where Tucson worked. The police found the car and Davis's remains the following day. Tucson taking a plea deal to a reduced charge of manslaughter yesterday and was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment minus the time he spent in custody. Wim says she's disappointed.
We didn't get all the evidence, all the recording and all kind of different things. And he came to me yesterday to court saying, Gio, he wasn't even accepting no more than 15 years. I was like, for real? This for real? I couldn't believe that.
Nearly 2 years later, Wim says their family is still reeling from the killing.
People just get more time than that for drugs and other different stuff. And he stabbed Omar not once, more than once, and clean up everything.
Now, despite what happened, Omar's mother looks back at his life positively and encourages other young people to follow in his footsteps.
I continue to be encouraged, because why? Omar is a person, he'll tell you the truth. Go for it. You could do it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
5 people appeared in court today concerning an alleged scheme to defraud the Water and Sewerage Corporation. Charged are Trevor Roberts, a retired superintendent at the corporation, Witchell Wilson, an accounts clerk at the corporation, Wilson's sister, Adasha Pickering, Romel Roll, and his wife, Vanessa Roll. Roberts is accused of stealing more than $117,000, forging invoices, falsification of accounts, and fraudulent breach of trust and money laundering. Wilson is accused of stealing $30,000, while Pickering and the Rolls are accused of getting money from the corporation for work they didn't perform. They didn't have to enter pleas to the charges before the Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. They were granted bail and are due to return to court on July 25th to receive voluntary bail of indictment papers. Well, if you're in the market for a vehicle and thinking about purchasing from someone on social media, you might want to think twice about an online transaction. Police are issuing a strong warning to the public after seeing a spike in car sale scams.
It's a simple rule that we were taught as children. You don't talk to strangers. If you don't know someone on Facebook, do not send any monies to anyone who's indicating that they have a vehicle for sale.
According to police press liaison Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings, there has been a dramatic rise in incidents where unsuspecting individuals have sent money to strangers to purchase cars. But police say these scammers are operating under fake profiles. They lure victims with attractively priced vehicles only to vanish once payment has been made.
Do not send any monies to anyone, any bank account they send you, or even via some of the game houses, because we're also seeing persons who are indicating that they've sent funds to various game houses for persons to collect on the next side to produce the vehicles, and they're not being produced.
When it comes to any in-person financial transactions, police are encouraging people to do so in the presence of police.
Go to the nearest police station and conduct your financial transactions at that location. Do not for any reason send any monies to anyone that you do not know on Facebook who are indicating that they have a vehicle for sale or any other item for sale. The only way we can prevent this is from happening if you take the necessary precautions.
And for those purchasing used vehicles, police say it's your responsibility to ensure the car has a clean title.
Anytime you're selling a vehicle locally, that vehicle must have a chassis check. And so no one in this day and age should be purchasing a car from someone locally unless that chassis has been checked by the officers of the Criminal Investigations Department. That is in place to safeguard you from purchasing a stolen vehicle.
Well, it's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlene. Happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Another breezy and warm evening setting up on the outside for us. Temperatures up near the 80-degree mark, 78 degrees. Your winds out of the east-southeast at 18 miles per hour, and that's making it feel like a very warm 80 degrees. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 77 in Freeport, 75 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, as well as in Governor's Harbour, Eleuthera. 78, Salistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, the Big Yard. You guys are having a fire in North Andros there. Great Harbour Key, also 78. Central Bahamas, 78. Kemps Bay, we pick up 77. Georgetown. Pair of 76s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Townsend, Salvador, and in Deadman's Key, you guys are 78. Into the southeast Bahamas near the 80-degree mark there. 80 in Duncantown, Ragged Island. 78, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay. Abrams Bay, 77. Providenciales, you guys 79. Matthewtown, Inagua, deep south, you are 81 at this hour. Satellite radar composite showing some high-level moisture moving across the area. That's not really producing much in terms of any rainfall, but we do have a southeasterly flow that's bringing in some low-level moisture across us. So we're seeing some spotty showers across some of the island chain. Most of those showers occurring over the open waters. We could see 1 or 2 stray showers later on tonight. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. So look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our News, is the Rastafarian community pleased with the consultation process surrounding the cannabis bills? We have the answer. And the Bahamas National Trust is looking for applicants for their summer internship programs. Find out how you can apply. That's coming up when Our News returns.
Digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
The The Rastafarian community says they're pretty much pleased with the government's consultation process when it comes to proposed legislation for the establishment of a medical cannabis industry. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville telling the press last week that the government plans to table the legislation before the budget communication in May. The Rastafarian community has been a part of the process, according to High Priest Rithmond McKinney.
Well, I'll say I'm 75% pleased because it's something not only for Rasta but for the whole Bahamas. We had consultation with the AG office and the Minister of Health, and also the Prime Minister showed us that the Rastaman race will be protected when it comes to the cannabis, when it comes to the sacrament of the cannabis for us as a community.
In the past, the community has been vocal on the ability to grow and harvest their own marijuana plants. They also want a chance at making revenue, something McKinney says government is considering.
And also to be a part of the industrial part of it, want to be part of the business, not just the sacrament rights, but on every facet concerning the cannabis. We want a part of it. They won't play a part in it when it comes to economics. And they assure us that also. So we just humbly wait and see and hope that the government stick to their word.
The Bahamas National Trust is calling for applicants for 2 of their summer internship programs. This year, they're rolling out a media and storytelling internship for the very first time. Senior Communications Officer for the Bahamas National Trust, Elijah Sands, describes the importance of storytelling in conservation and what interns can expect this summer.
So some of the activities we have planned involve a lot of field experience. So we need people that want to be outside. There's a lot of exploring happening. So you're going to be traveling around the Bahamas. You're going to be visiting national parks. And you can expect to be capturing and sharing stories about conservation. You can also expect to spend a lot of time indoors in office settings, working with media professionals, working with conservation professionals, basically to sharpen your skills. You can expect to take some courses, you can expect to learn some things from some mentors, and then expect to go in and apply that in the field.
They are also looking for applicants for their summer science internship, which has been happening since 2017. Senior Science Officer Giselle Dean says interns can expect a variety of experiences this summer.
So there's also the hands-on practical portion of the internship, which teaches interns how to collect data using various methodologies. That includes birds and snorkeling, and all of those things take place within our national parks that we manage here on New Providence. There's also usually a drone component, so interns will get to fly drones and learn how that is, including how to make maps out of drones.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Boeing whistleblower calls the company's safety record into question. Plus, the parents of a Michigan school gunman get jail time in the first case of its kind in the United States. And the United Nations Security Council set to discuss the land dispute between Guyana and Venezuela. We have the details when our news returns.
Digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration is investigating a Boeing whistleblower's claims that the company dismissed safety and quality concerns in the production of the plane maker's 787 and 777 jets. Julian Satterthwaite reports.
Boeing faces a deepening crisis over its attitude towards safety and quality. On Tuesday, the Federal Aviation Administration confirmed it was investigating allegations by a whistleblower. Company engineer Sam Salepour says he saw unsafe practices in the production of wide-body 787 and 777 jets. He says some parts were the wrong size and other areas of the planes didn't meet specifications. Salepour says Boeing used shortcuts to try to clear bottlenecks in output and ignored his warnings. At one point, he says he saw workers jumping up and down on bits of the planes to try to get parts to align. He says some practices put excessive stress on major joints in the aircraft. Boeing called the claims inaccurate and said it had full confidence in its products. However, the allegations come with the plane maker already in turmoil. They follow the mid-air blowout on one of its 737 MAX jets in January. The FAA has subsequently capped output of the planes, while Boeing takes steps to improve quality control. Salepour is now expected to appear before a congressional committee investigating the apparent quality lapses at Boeing. The engineer says he has faced retaliation by the company since he first raised his concerns.
The mother and father of a Michigan teen who shot and killed 4 classmates were each sentenced to 10 to 15 years, a rare case of parents being held responsible in a school shooting. Alex Cohen has more.
It is the sentence of this court, Ms. Crumley, that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections.
A Michigan judge sentenced the parents of a teen who shot and killed 4 classmates to 10 to 15 years in prison each. A jury convicted Jennifer and Ethan Crumley of manslaughter in a rare case of parents being held responsible in a school shooting. Their son, Ethan Crumley, was 15 when he went on a shooting rampage at Oxford High School in 2021. He pleaded guilty in 2022 to 4 counts of first-degree murder and other charges and was sentenced to life in prison without parole in December. Prosecutors in the trials of both Jennifer Crumley and James Crumley said the parents were criminally negligent for providing a gun for their child as a Christmas present. They also faulted them for ignoring signs his mental health had deteriorated and that he was potentially violent. The parents' defense team argued, among other points, that it was impossible for the mother and the father to envision their son would carry out a mass shooting. Experts and gun safety advocates have said their trials were an important step in holding gun-owning parents more accountable for school violence carried out by their children.
The United Nations Security Council says it will convene a private meeting to discuss the recent developments regarding a territorial dispute between Guyana and Venezuela over the Essequibo region in Guyana. The Security Council said Guyana had requested the meeting in an April 5th letter sent by President Irfan Ali to the Council. Venezuela is expected to participate. Guyana and Venezuela have been feuding over the region for decades, with tensions deepening after vast oil deposits were found near Guyana's coast in 2015 in offshore areas intersecting the disputed territory. Still to come in our news, today in history. Find out interesting facts about the day that was April 10th. And then in our news at 7:30, the Free National Movement leader is calling for a ceasefire between the government and Grand Bahama Port Authority. And Bahamas Air celebrates a 39-year partnership with Orlando International Airport. Find out how they spend the special day when Our News returns.
understand the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering...
Welcome back to Our News. It's now time to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was April 10th. On this day in Bahamian history, on April 10, 1929, Shirley Butler, née Oakes, was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Born to Harry Oakes and Eunice Oakes, she was their second child and moved to the Bahamas with her family in 1935. Her father purchased the new Colonial Hotel and renamed it the British Colonial Hotel. Shirley would become a vice president and director of the British Colonial Hotel Company Limited. She would later become a director at Butler's Bank. She was also the manager of Jacaranda House on East Hill Street and Parliament Street, which was purchased by the Oakes estate. She was married to Alan Churchill Butler. It was her inheritance that allowed Butler to start Butler's Bank. This bank would later be bought by Robert Vesco and used in many of his financial schemes. In April 1981, Shirley Oakes Butler was involved in a car accident that left her in a coma. She died in 1986. In 1968, the government of the Bahamas held a general election. 38 seats were contested, and the final result was the Progressive Liberal Party winning 29 seats, the United Bahamian Party winning 7 seats, the Labour Party winning 1 seat, and 1 seat being won by an independent candidate. The landslide victory was the first election in which the PLP won a majority of seats in an election. Lyndon Pindling would continue as Premier of the Bahama Islands. The crushing defeat for the UBP would lead to its merging with the Free Progressive Liberal Party, a breakaway group of the PLP, in 1971 to form a new party, the Free National Movement. Then, in 2012, Parliament was dissolved, paving the way for the May 7, 2012 general election. It was the first general election in which a third party, the Democratic National Alliance, offered a full slate of candidates alongside the two major parties, the Free National Movement and the Progressive Liberal Party. The result was a victory for the opposition PLP, whose leader Perry Christie became Prime Minister. The historic Grey Cliff Hotel and Restaurant is the first in the world to receive the British Blue Plaque Award in recognition for their dedication to providing experience embracing British culture and their impact on strengthening cultural ties between Britain and the Bahamas. The mansion itself dates back to 1740. It first served as an inn in 1844 before going back to being a private residence until the property's purchased by the Garzaroli family in 1973. British High Commissioner to the Bahamas Thomas Hartley says,
"There's no more fitting venue in the Bahamas to receive the High Commission's first ever Blue Plaque Award in the Bahamas. In fact, it's the first British Blue Plaque Award anywhere in the world. Enrico and Anna Maria, this Blue Plaque is not just a thank you, and it's not just a recognition from me and the British government. It's a symbol that recognises the excellence that places Greycliff into a higher echelon. It's a symbol of standards over and above any ordinary licensed establishment. And with Stephen's help and advice, the award is now open to all licensed sectors, and there hopefully will be future awardees. But I think we together and all of you will agree that Greycliff is a very worthy first winner here in the Bahamas."
Marketing Director of Greycliff Hotel and Restaurant, Roberta Garzaroli, tells us the British culture is woven into the fabric of the establishment due to its long history.
It's been a great honor to be the first recipient worldwide of this wonderful award. Our British heritage goes back many years. We became owners of Greycliff in 1973 when the Bahamas became independent, and we purchased this house from a British lady who had decided to return home, and we've tried to keep her honor, in her honor, all of these wonderful British traditions. We offer afternoon tea, we offer all kinds of activities, and now that we have 2 sparkling wines on our wine list, we try to make and grow our offerings from British products to British activities and all kinds of things.
To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, visit ournews.bs. Well, that does it for our news at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Thanks so much, Marlena. We're coming up tonight. Leader of the Free National Movement calls for a ceasefire between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Plus, Social Services Minister says the government is not abandoning the Protection Against Violence bill. And Art Lucaya is back in Grand Bahama. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news, live at 7:30, the mother of Omar Davis Jr. is speaking out tonight. She tells our Joshua Williams they're still reeling from his tragic killing. Plus, the leader of the Free National Movement questioning the motive behind the public fight between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Also, the Social Services Minister confirms plans are underway for a safe house for victims of domestic violence. We'll tell you what prompted his comments straight ahead. And later, the country's national flag carrier at the Orlando International Airport celebrates a major milestone when our news live at 7:30 returns.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by Inti, powering your world, powering your future.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. The family of Omar Davis Jr. reacting to his accused killer taking a plea deal, saying they were shocked he only got a 15-year sentence. His mother telling our Joshua Williams they're not happy about what happened. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first, as the public battle between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority continues, the Free National Movement is calling for a ceasefire. Party leader Michael Pintard says it's not helping the people of Grand Bahama. Our Brittany McDermott picks up the story from here.
Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is questioning the government's motive behind the public fight between this administration and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. He says it's creating uncertainty for the people of Grand Bahama. Pintard also doesn't believe it's in the national interest.
This whole notion of nationalism, that he's doing this in the national interest, nonsense. He's doing this for narrow political reasons, which is to give the impression he's fighting for Grand Bahamians.
The Davis administration and the GBPA have been locked in a contentious back and forth over the future of Freeport, which reached a boiling point when the government demanded $300 million within 30 days or face arbitration. The GBPA has since said they don't owe the government a dollar. In a statement, they also said they believe the demand is in an effort to force the St. George and Hayward families to sell their 50% equity in the port. Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell denied that claim. However, Pintard says central government will only make the situation worse should they take control.
If their performance, the Davis administration performance in West and East Grand Bahama, is any indication of what the people in Freeport can expect from them, then we would be in for a horrible experience that would be worse than the one we are now experiencing. And let's bear in mind, this is the same administration that's responsible for the rest of the Bahamas. How's that going?
Pintard says the ongoing battle will further ruin investor confidence in Freeport, a suggestion Mitchell has brushed off. Mitchell has been vocal in the matter since the Davis administration took office, and the Marcos City MP is asking why.
He has no stake in the ground. If he owns a property, then he should let us know. We have stake in the ground.
The FNM holds 3 of the 5 parliamentary seats in Grand Bahama. He believes they should be more involved in the process.
Collaboration between all stakeholders to address common problems is what's required. That's what we would do different.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, former State Minister for Immigration Branville McCartney is commending the government for how they are handling the unregulated communities. To date, government has demolished several shanty towns across the country. McCartney, who was vocal about tackling illegal communities when he served as the state minister, says it's a step in the right direction.
I think ought to continue throughout the country, and at the same time to ensure that shanty towns are not rebuilt once they're taken down. So in that regard, I think the government is doing a good job in that regard, no doubt about that.
When it comes to the eradication of illegal communities, McCartney says Bahamian landowners play an instrumental role.
The land that they're on, some of it can be private land, and they're allowed to build shanty towns there. In terms of the connectivity, perhaps of electricity, water, that sort of thing, they must go through some process to be assisted in having that.
Well, Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting Miles Arota denying claims that the Protection Against Violence bill has been abandoned by government. The bill seeks to eradicate violence against women in the Bahamas, provide support to victims, promote public education about the issue across the country, empower women, and overall create a safer Bahamas. It was also promised by government that a safe house for victims of domestic violence would be constructed, but some have accused government of abandoning that project as well. While touring a hurricane shelter facility in Grand Bahama, Arota had this response.
I could assure you that that is false, categorically false. The government, as we speak, is in the process of acquiring a facility. It's already been identified. It's just going through the paperwork and the acquisition. We won't say the place because we want to protect those individuals who would be staying there. But stay tuned. Words say anything. We'll lead by example. We'll show better than we can tell.
The family of a man brutally killed in 2022 is not happy about a plea deal and a 15-year sentence for his accused killer and former friend. The mother of Omar Davis Jr. is speaking to our Joshua Williams just a day after her son's killer was sentenced.
15 years for killing someone. Wow.
This candid response coming from Gia Wims, who is the mother of Omar Davis. Her son Omar was stabbed to death on August 15, 2022 after he went to visit Tucson at his home at Orchards Terrace. In court, it was revealed that while there, the pair got into an argument and Tucson stabbed Davis multiple times, killing him. Then Tucson put Davis's body in bags, which he put in the trunk of Davis's car. The vehicle was abandoned in bushes near the Caribbean liquor store on East Avenue where Tucson worked. The police found the car and Davis's remains the following day. Tucson taking a plea deal to a reduced charge of manslaughter yesterday and was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment minus the time he spent in custody. Wim says she's disappointed.
We didn't get all the evidence, all the recording and all kind of different things. And he came to me yesterday to court saying, Gio, he wasn't even accepting no more than 15 years. I was like, for real? This for real? I couldn't believe that.
Nearly 2 years later, Wim says their family is still reeling from the killing.
People just get more time than that for drugs and other different stuff. And he stabbed Omar not once, more than once, and clean up everything.
Now, despite what happened, Omar's mother looks back at his life positively and encourages other young people to follow in his footsteps.
I continue to be encouraged, because why? Omar is a person, he'll tell you the truth. Go for it. You could do it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Well, nice weather conditions in the capital today, but what can we expect for the rest of the work week? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome everybody for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 78 degrees. It is a little bit on the warm side out there. It's still breezy. The winds are out of the east-southeast at 18 miles per hour, and they are gusting higher at times. That's making it feel like a very warm 80 degrees on the outside. Satellite and radar composite showing high-level clouds moving across us. That moisture will continue to stream towards the east. Southeasterly flow as that ridge of high pressure remains in charge, keeping us with some low-level moisture moving across us, some patchy clouds. So it's likely that we could see 1 or 2 isolated showers tonight as that high continues to slide out towards the east. That's your quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. Look at the extended forecast still to come.
Still to come on Our News is an event dedicated to collectors and the Grand Bahama community. We'll give you the inside scoop about Art Lucaya straight ahead. But first, the Free National Movement proposing a one-day national convention. The party leader speaks, and later, 39 years of partnership, Bahamas Air and the Orlando International Airport celebrates a significant milestone when Our News continues.
And the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama.
The Free National Movement leader, Michael Pintard, is proposing a one-day national convention for the party. Pintard told the Nassau Guardian last month that he wants to see a convention held by September, adding that all positions will be open. He says the plan is to cast the vision for the party.
I said in the last Free National Movement Council that I intend this month to come back and ask for a one-day convention, and that we intend to have a convention in the shortest possible time, so that we can get on with the business of continuing to hold the Progressive Liberal Party accountable for their stewardship of the country and to cast the vision that we have going forward.
The last convention was in February 2022 at the Atlantis Resort. This latest update comes as there are still some in the party who support former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis and want to see his return despite him leading the party to defeat in the 2021 general election. On Tuesday, former F&M MP Branville McCartney said he would support the return of former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis as party leader, saying he did not get a fair chance. We put his comments to Pintard, who responded this way.
The opinions of those persons who are part of the Council of the Free National Movement, all other persons who are sitting in the stands are free to weigh in. We welcome their comments, but it's of no moment.
This weekend, Art Lucaya is back in Grand Bahama under the theme, Show Me Your Motion. With the main gallery in the heart of Port Lucaya, the festival includes a number of events and locations across the island this weekend, spanning all levels of experience from master artists like Antonius Roberts to a special exhibit featuring high school students. Now, the first Art Lucaya event took place last year and raised thousands of dollars that went toward art programs in Grand Bahamian schools. Art Lucaya founder and chairperson Fatima Zakharaboob.
It's not just an exhibition where you invite just the VIPs and the collectors, which is obviously incredibly important for the artist, but it's also a community event. It's a place where people will come, learn something and get fed by, because we've got about close to 50 artists with close to 200 pieces of art between two galleries plus the art student gallery with about 15 students participating in. So it is a huge amount of art in one space.
Raising Cocktails for a Cause event is happening again this year on opening night, Friday, April 12th. Tickets for that are $100, but gallery admission is free after opening night. Sponsored by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Art Lucaya exhibit space has been donated to them for the next 30 days. And with a large roster of sponsors, she tells us artists will be able to keep all of the proceeds from their sold pieces. She also says how through partnering with Canoe, Art Lucaya is bringing the purchasing process into the future.
Every artist gets his tag with a QR code, and we're in partnership with Canoe, where anybody can come with their phone, get into the through the QR code, get straight into the artist's, can see the bio, the artist's work, and you can buy the art directly through Canoe. So the artist gets the money directly. There's no commission. We're not a gallery. We don't take commission. 100% of the money received goes straight on to the artist.
When our news comes back from the break, Bahamas Air and the Orlando International Airport celebrating a significant milestone. Hear about the decades-long partnership straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, the Nassau Rowing Club continues its talent search, and Buddy Hield steps up in a big way for the short-handed 76ers.
Plus, cloudy skies in the capital on this Wednesday. Greg is back with your weather details when our news returns. Stay with us.
The digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy.
This is our news. Welcome back. The Nassau Rowing Club going into several high schools, and Bahamians hit the hardwood overnight in the NBA. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th-year seniors, is Ronaldo Dorset and John Mark Nutt.
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th-year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. The Nassau Rowing Club's community outreach effort is taking the sport to the local public school system. The club's Opportunities and Access Rowing program has hosted students from D.W. Davis, C.R. Walker, and concludes this week with C.B. Bethel. Beatrice Bethel, a former C.R. Walker student who now serves as an NRC assistant coach, has first-hand knowledge of the program's benefits.
Nassau Rowing Club has a feeder program called ORS program, so Opportunities and Access, and it basically gives free rowing to government school kids. So let's just say you're tall, you're short, I'm pretty short, but if you have the drive for it, we accept you.
Established in 2012, the NRC has made tremendous strides in developing competitive rowing in the country at all experience, age, and fitness levels. With ORS, they look to increase access and awareness to the sport of rowing among Bahamians from undersourced backgrounds and communities. Nick Rowitz serves as the club's head coach and program director.
When we do these rowing competitions, yes, we haven't got an individual score for people, but we can see somebody that's really moving the machine and then have a quiet word with them afterwards about maybe you should consider this as an opportunity for you to take up.
That access to the sport with ORS continues in large part due to community partners, which include the Bahamas Charitable Giving Foundation, Sandals Foundation, the U.S. Embassy, and Life for Key Foundation.
The 76ers starting backcourt was out due to injury, but Buddy Hield's shooting helped the team win its 6th consecutive game. With Tyrese Maxey and Kyle Lowry sidelined, Hield came off the bench to finish with 18 points in Philadelphia's 120-102 win over the Detroit Pistons Tuesday night at the Wells Fargo Center. He shot 6 from 12 from the field, and 5 of those came from the three-point range. It was Hield's most efficient game playing alongside with Joel Embiid since he was traded to Philadelphia in February. Since the former MVP returned to their lineup, the Sixers have reeled off 6 straight wins and improved to 45-35 as they continue their push to claim the coveted 6th seed and avoid the play-in tournament in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Hield's former team, the Indiana Pacers, are currently in that spot at 46 wins and 34 losses. Both teams have 2 games remaining on their regular season schedule. Eric Gordon and the Phoenix Suns are also looking to avoid the play-in tournament but fell to the 7th seed in the West after a 102-95 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers Tuesday night at the Footprint Center in Arizona. Gordon scored 11 off the bench. The Suns' record is 46 wins, 33 losses heading into the final 3 games of the regular season, 1 game behind the New Orleans Pelicans for the 6th seed.
The athletic season continues for local student athletes as they prepare to head into the Bahamas National High School Track and Field Championships this weekend.
I want to say how excited I am because the Federation is about establishing a legacy. And the legacy of our sport is that whenever we have world-class events that we host, we ensure that we have presence at the junior level.
The 4-day meet begins Thursday and will conclude Sunday at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium under the theme, Reigning in a New Era of Sports Excellence. That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. For John Mark Nutt, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, Bahamas Air and the Orlando International Airport celebrating a significant milestone. Hear how long the 2 entities have been working together. Plus, nice weather conditions in the capital on this Wednesday. Greg is back with more weather details when our news continues.
The digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Back to our news. Overcast skies this afternoon in the capital, but we may see a rain shower or two before the end of the work week. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody, for our final check on weather. Ridge of high pressure still in charge of our weather. That's keeping us with some very moderate to strong breezes across us. The winds are starting to turn more towards the southeast to south, so we're seeing some warmer temperatures as temperatures stay near the 80-degree mark for the next day or two before things clear up with a frontal boundary. But that high is going to slide out eventually through tomorrow. There is a low pressure system as well as a very strong front that's moving across the Texas, Louisiana, and the Alabama area. That should be moving into our area by Thursday night into Friday, so we could see some isolated showers across portions of the Bahamas. But once that goes through, temperatures will take a slight dip, but we will be back with high pressure in charge, so it's looking at like a very nice weekend, the upcoming weekend. Taking a look at our future forecast, quiet conditions across us, as I mentioned, just some spotty showers moving across the area. By Thursday evening, afternoon, that frontal boundary will be approaching the west coast of Florida, across central Florida actually, and that should be moving into our area. But the tail end of the front will fall apart, so as I mentioned, we could see some spotty showers with that frontal boundary moving through the area. Boating and beaching, not good for the next day or two. We expect a small craft caution for most of the local area, but on the Atlantic side, we are advising you boaters to stay in port. East to southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots. They will be gusting higher times. Seas will be running 4 to 6 feet, but up to 8 feet, so we have an advisory posted for the Atlantic exposed waters. High tide will be at 10:12 tonight, the low tide taking place at 4:40 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. Extended forecast, that frontal boundary moving into the area late tomorrow, but we will see some high clouds and it's going to remain windy, but that front will bring us a couple of isolated showers on Friday. But once it goes through, sunny and breezy conditions expected for the weekend, and that will take us into early next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a great night and stay safe, everybody.
All right. Well, the nation's flag carrier, Bahamas Air, and the Orlando International Airport celebrating 39 years of partnership. The milestone shared on the Facebook page of the Orlando International Airport stating, quote, "We are incredibly grateful for our partnership with them and their commitment to affordable flights, exceptional service, and all-around good vibes. Cheers to many more adventures ahead." Now, there are 13 direct flights between Nassau and Orlando every week, and it typically takes about 1 hour and 40 minutes. The route from Grand Bahama to Orlando was relaunched in June of 2022. Well, with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.